Okay, well, what's up gamers, Dreamcastguy here, and currently it is now exactly 6 a.m. And I'm so tired even my camera won't focus, but it is time. I'm about to get in line 4 hours before the release of the Xbox Series X, because I've heard there is extremely limited stock. I've got a fully charged Nintendo Switch, I've got my book of the week, and I'm so tired I can hardly operate. So I'm about to do the worst thing ever, which is drink a freaking Red Bull, a big one, at 6 a.m., but let's see if I can get a console, right? Well, I'm sure the audio is absolutely garbage because I'm here next to a major road, but I am here 4 hours early. I'm outside the GameStop, and as you can see, I am the first one here. I am, I guess, making the line, which is good. I was kind of afraid there'd be a crowd, but there's not. So it looks like we're getting an Xbox Series X in 4 hours. Here, let me show you the clock. This is going to be a very pleasant couple hours. Woo boy, let's start waiting. What's up gamers, Dreamcastguy here, talking today about this entire pre-order mess because it's now kind of over, or I guess we should say it's only just begun. Now I'm somebody that managed to officially secure a pre-order on both the PlayStation 5 Deluxe Edition, or whatever it is I'm supposed to call the PS5 with the disc drive, and also an Xbox Series X, and both of these were actually pretty tough to get a hold of. I mean, already these things are so highly sought after, people are still completely crashing websites as I record this video. There's even things like there's people that are just trying to go on eBay and selling their official pre-order for literally thousands of dollars. It is a giant mess, but I want to talk about which company I think handled it worse as somebody that managed to successfully pre-order these systems. Now let's start off by talking about the Xbox Series X because they wanted to try and do the more rational approach. Microsoft was very, very clear with the exact time and date in which you could actually get in line and purchase these systems. It was going to be this morning at 10 a.m. Texas time. They were just straight up saying, hey, check it out. These systems are now available for pre-order. Now, this would seemingly seem like the easy choice, right? Hey, it's clear information, it's very, very exact, and so I knew that there was going to be some big problems, so I got in physical line with my dumb, sick, ravaged body that is still just so freaking messed up from this food poisoning, and I decided to stand there for 4 hours this morning, and as I was waiting, more and more people showed up, the sun rose, and they came outside to announce that they had 5 Xbox Series X's at my GameStop and 2 Xbox Series S. This is scarcity of an absolutely insane amount. I mean, the fact that they're trying to sell so few of the systems was bonkers to me, especially because there were 30 people outside this GameStop. So they were clearly expecting more supply for the amount of demand. But now online things actually managed to get even worse. So if you're actually trying to go to any of these websites, right now things are completely shut down. Microsoft Store completely crashed. You know, the people that are actually selling the system, the people that told you at exact time and date, unfortunately Microsoft.com right now is offline. Whoop-de-doo. Walmart, you can add it to your cart, enter your info, and then it'll say that it's sold out. Target, they claims they have max quantity in the cart, but I have 0. And I want to say this is actually being said by Geoff Keighly. Everybody is reporting these exact same claims. Currently, it is an absolute dumpster fire. The weirdest thing, though, is that Best Buy has not actually opened pre-orders yet. I've also heard the same thing about Amazon.com. Like, why did Microsoft even bother hyping up... Oh, God. Why did Microsoft even try and hype up this specific time, date, release window if they weren't able to actually stick with it? Why is it that these retailers are just so bad at selling you a product? Even if they said out of stock, I actually think that would be better than just this loosey-goosey claims as to whether it should be available. Now, obviously, I took the hard mode route. I stood in line for 4 hours. This is my actual official little thing that says I was number 1 in line. Guest number 1. And I'm happy I did it now, realizing how almost every one of my friends has been completely screwed over. Like even Woodhawker, this is obviously Mr. YouTube, million subscribers, he tried to pre-order it, so Walmart.com out of stock in the first 30 seconds, Target won't add to your cart, Amazon listing nowhere to be seen, Best Buy listing says coming soon, GameStop website puts you in a waiting room, and even Microsoft Store has been down since 10 a.m. Nailed it, Xbox. So was this the correct approach? I guess the main thing I see people saying is, the excuse I'm hearing a lot is, it's hard to prepare yourself for sales of this magnitude. How could Microsoft manage to warn all these retailers? Here's my thing, you should still be prepared. If you are the only place that's selling these things, you should have the maximum amount of stock available, and you should be able to armor your websites enough to be able to handle the traffic that is there with $500 cash in hand to pre-order your system. Now let's talk about PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5 has been a little bit better and a little bit worse. Now, obviously, Sony did a very random release, and there are some varying reports, but let's just check this out. Sony apologizes for PS5 pre-order mess, promises more stock over the next few days. Sony has apologized for PS5 pre-orders being a bit of a mess. Let's be honest, PlayStation 5 pre-orders could have been a lot smoother, says Sony from the official PlayStation Twitter account. We truly apologize for that. Now, real quickly, before we even go into the rest of this article, I just want to say a giant shout out to Sony in this regard. It's very impressive to see a company really apologize for things these days. So many corporations are afraid to just actually take their hat in their hand and say, you know what? We could have done better, but we didn't. I actually think it is a huge credit to them, the fact that they're coming out here and saying, we need to try and make this liquidy smooth, and we didn't. PS5 pre-orders for the new PS5 console began on Wednesday, a day earlier than Sony had said retailers would take orders. It led to a scramble as Walmart and others started randomly opening their PS5 pre-order slots. Some pre-orders even disappeared after around a minute. Now, this is the main thing I've heard, and there's varying reports on this, but basically, apparently what happened is Walmart.com just decided to post the official PlayStation 5 pre-orders instantaneously. There was the giant PS5 showcase, people are excited, people are just really, really horny to swipe their credit cards, excuse the term, but then they decided to open up the pre-orders, and everybody else followed suit. Target, Best Buy, Amazon.com, GameStop, all these companies saw that Walmart was out there and decided, go, go, go. Release it now, even though we're not exactly ready for it. And it led to a very, very random release. The only way I actually got my pre-order officially in for the PlayStation 5 was pure luck. It was not skill. I think that the way I managed to get my Xbox Series X, not to pat myself on the back, but it was patience. It was the fact that I managed to be the person who woke up, who got an Uber at freaking 6 a.m., who's got enough Red Bull in his bloodstream to not mind the fact that I'm sick as hell and still getting in line to try and get a system. There was still an opportunity for people to physically line up for the Xbox Series X, even if this has been a totally different dumpster fire. But PlayStation 5 just doing a surprise release was a very bold move that I think has kind of led to even bigger problems, as stated here. Sony now says that it will release more PlayStation 5 consoles for pre-order over the next few days, promising that retailers will share more details. It's not clear if these pre-orders will actually be delivered on launch day, and Sony is also promising more PS5s available through the end of the year. Now, this statement sounds all nice and loosey-goosey, but I've also heard this from several other places. I've had a chance to talk to a couple people who work at retail stores, and they've said straight up that they don't have official numbers yet from Microsoft or Sony. Like, I've heard them just say, we're having people physically write down their phone number and their favorite console, and then we're just calling them when we get word. There's no restock limits. There's no amount of clear information. The pipeline between product and person is just so murky. So which one is handled worse? As somebody that's here and did manage to successfully do it, I still think that PlayStation 5 did it a little bit more badly. Mostly just because random is bad. Right now, having these systems here, there are a lot of fail-safes that did actually fail this morning. There are a lot of systems, there are a lot of websites that absolutely should have worked and just flat out aren't. And that to me is beyond disappointing. It's a failure of business. But I can still kind of understand, all right, millions of people are out here trying to just accidentally steamroll these sites. I mean, it's hard to say because even Microsoft screwed up. The fact that this isn't posted on Amazon.com, the fact that Best Buy doesn't have pre-orders available, it's a giant mess. Honestly, it's kind of a tie. They both just did so freaking bad. I have been there for day one of the Xbox 360. I was there day one of the Xbox One. I was there day one of the PlayStation 4. I think there's even video footage of me at the release window for the PlayStation 4. All of those felt so much more contained and more like a celebration of gaming. It was gamers getting a new game console and getting ready for the next generation, whereas this is one big retail kerfuffle. But what do you think? Have you actually managed to get your pre-order in? Are you excited for this next generation, or are you kind of thinking about waiting till the next year? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. This is a total side note. While I was waiting in line for the 4 hours to get my Xbox, there were actually subscribers to the YouTube channel in line at this GameStop, and people like walked up and took pictures with me and stuff. That made me so incredibly happy. Shout out to y'all. Honestly, I'm sorry if I seemed shy, or I mean, obviously I'm still feeling pretty sick, but like I'm getting over my food poisoning. It was very cool to talk to y'all. So it was very good. Keep dreaming, especially to y'all. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, you know, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.